Hi guys, it's Jazz1122 here, and I'm here for a reading for the Cancers out there for March 4th through March 10th. I hope all of you are having an amazing day so far. And I want to say a big thank you to those who subscribe. Thank you so much, and welcome to my channel. And also for those that have taken the time to watch my videos, even for a few seconds or a few minutes, I appreciate you as well. And always remember that as a disclaimer, that if this reading does not resonate, it's okay. Maybe it will for another day. So let's see what's going on for you guys. I just like to let people know in these readings, like astrological events that's happening, that we have Uranus moving into Taurus this week, and we also have Mercury going retrograde this week. So if you know how to check in your transit chart where these planets are going to be moving, I feel that's highly important, because that's where you're going to be experiencing for Uranus a lot of change, and also for Mercury a deep reflection of deep things in that area of the house that it's in. So let's see what's going on for you guys. Ooh. We have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Five of Wands reverse. So we have you guys trying to take a peaceful stance during this week. I feel you may feel like people could be attacking you, or you feeling like you have to defend who you are or your goals, but you deep down, you don't really want to. But I feel at the same time, you have come out with conflict in yourself. That's what I feel in this card. I feel this was all the versions of you fighting about how you're going to go about dealing with situations where people can force you in the corner. But you are feeling so much more sure of yourself that you're honestly ready to defend who you are and not back down to just anybody, regardless of how they feel about it. Because only you truly know what's best for you. And when you try to make everybody happy, that's when you end up the most unhappy. And Cancers, they love to make everybody happy. They love to make sure everyone feels loved. They love to make sure everyone just feels cared about. But however, you're like, you know what? I make sure everyone else is good, but the moment when I take time out for me and focus on my goals, everyone wants to come towards me with all their situations and what they feel I should be doing or not doing, and you guys are standing your ground like, no, I'm not accepting this. Just because you say that doesn't mean it's true, because only I know what's true in my life. That's what I feel from that. So we have you guys, the Six of Swords and Nine of Cups. We have you guys actually focus on moving right away from these people to go after your wish contentment. So I feel this Mercury retrograde is very deep, because it's a lot of moving away from things. It could be from people, places, jobs, wherever, because you're now more clear about what truly makes you happy. And that's such an amazing energy to be in, because it gives you motivation to move. It's like, wow, I've really been limiting myself. I've been letting how long I know these people to dictate how I treat them. When I treat them with the respect, I love them, I care about them, but when it came to me, I always had to be on my own, or I always had to make sure I was good. So now you're like, you know what, forget that, I'm moving on to what makes me happy. And that seems selfish to you, oh well. Because you guys are only upset because I'm finally thinking about myself, and that upsets you, that you can no longer just say what you want to me or just do whatever you feel like. No, it's about me now, and that's a beautiful energy to be in. I feel like the past couple Cancer readings has definitely been standing firm in what they believe in and not taking no crap from anybody. So we have you here with the Five of Pentacles, the Dark Night of the Soul. So at the same time, you're feeling good about standing up for yourself, but deep down in your soul, this still hurts. It hurts because you really cared about some people, places, and things, and it sucks that it had to get to this point that now you kind of have to leave them out in the cold. But however, you know is for the best. You know that these people could actually been triggering Dark Night of the Souls because you're trying to show them how much you care about them, and they just keep taking advantage of you. So it's kind of like this was like a last resort. Like, I cannot do this anymore. Like, I'm tired of me going through and I'm the only one that's able to pick myself up. Like, who can I call to help me? Like, I help everybody else. And we have the Temperance, Sagittarius. So we have you guys really focusing on bringing great balance too. Like, Temperance is a major arcana. And also when I see Temperance, I also know that is a guardian angel that's watching over you through this. And that's what's helping you honestly get the strength. Like, they've been watching you go through such hard times. They've been watching you allow these people to treat you like you're nothing. So they're here to give you that extra strength to go forward, to bring that balance back into your life, so you can finally be who you are meant to be. And it's okay to care about people, but not to the point that you forget about yourself. So I'm going to go into clarifiers now. I'm just going to shuffle a couple times. Okay. So let's see why the Seven of Wands is here and the Five of Wands reversed. The Five of Pentacles twice. This hurt, like I was saying, this hurts you to go back and forth with these people. This hurts you that you actually have to feel like you have to defend yourself against those who claim they love you or care about you. But this is time for you to nourish yourself, Cancer. This is time for you to really feel what has been going on in your life thus far. And that's not an easy thing to deal with at all. But it's through those moments that we need to comfort ourselves. Like, Cancer, you comfort everybody, but have you been comforting yourself? Have you been taking care of yourself? And that's why you're defending this, because it's gotten to the point that it's two Dark Knight of the Soul cards here on top of that. So this was a situation that it was no choice but to bring that fire out of you. But just as a reminder, don't wait until people disrespect you time and time and time and time again for you to let this person go. Especially if they've known you for years, that's no excuse. It's no excuse. But with Cancers, they make excuses for those that they love. But that's not helping that person grow. And that's not helping you grow. Because you can't want more for someone else than what they want for themselves. And I think you're finally starting to come to terms with that. So let's see why the Six of Swords and the Nine of Cups is here. Okay, so this is the Lovers. So you guys are moving on from any situations. This doesn't just have to be a love. I just feel this is a deep bond. And you're moving away to really experience what you desire to. You're not settling anymore. You're not just accepting anyone who shows you any attention. You're actually being like, no thank you. Nah, I'm alright. It's like you're saving yourself for the best, which is awesome, because you guys are not just letting your emotions get the best of you to the point that you're making decisions that just based on your feelings. I think you're actually putting more logics to the situation as well with the swords here. It's logically coming to the point that this ain't truly what I want. I'm just here. I'm here because I've cared for so long. That's what I'm used to doing. But now this week with Mercury retrograde, this is usually where we see endings, and especially is in Pisces. So this is things that we felt deeply about. And if we've just been holding on to it just because we've been scared, that's not going to be an excuse. So I feel that you may be put in a situation where you just have to go your own way. And if it has to happen through a Dark Night of the Soul moment, then the universe is like, it had to happen like that, because that's the only way I could get your attention. I have to get your attention by allowing you to get hurt, because you wasn't seeing the signs until they blatantly did something to disrespect you. And I allowed them to do that because you've been allowing them to disrespect you. But through this, I really hope you learn your worth, Cancer, and know that there is someone out there for you, friends for you, everything. But the point is, be the best that you can be. Don't look for someone to give you what you give yourself. If you want more friends, be a better friend to yourself. If you want a partner on your same wavelength, you take yourself out. Have you ever taken yourself out? Have you ever just really took time to get to know your own self without anybody else in your life? If you haven't, then chances are this is why these dark night of the souls are happening, because you always kind of latch on to someone. And that's not healthy. It's time for you to start to stand on your own, which you're starting to do, but it still took so much to happen. I feel as well. I feel it's a certain cleanup still has to go on into your life that Mercury is here to help you rethink about. So let's see why the Five of Pentacles is here. We have the Ten of Pentacles there. This was something that was long standing. It could have been a relationship, a friendship, but this was definitely something that was built over time and is falling apart, and there's nothing you can do about it. I feel it's one of those situations where the universe is like, I gotta let it fall apart. I have to let you just keep your peace. Because in the Ten of Pentacles, see, they're both five. They each brought something to the table. But the universe is like, okay, I gotta just have you. You gotta start over. You have to start from the basis of who you are, because this ain't it. This was built on faulty foundation from the beginning. And this is what I've noticed. When you really pay attention, when people hurt you, they showed you who they were. But it's us that choose to be like, no, well, they're just going through a rough time. Or, well, this and this. That's no excuse. We need to stop making excuses for people. Like, it's time to start standing up and be like, stop pacifying all these toxic behaviors. That's why people aren't healing. Because people have yes men. That's probably why many people in relationships wasn't fond of me, because I'm not a yes man. I'm not. If you're tearing up, I'm going to tell you you're tearing up. Like, if I care about you and you're my friend, I'm going to tell you where you went wrong too. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be on the pity boat with someone who does you wrong when I know daggone well you allowed it to happen. You sat there and allowed that person to do you like that. So you have to take responsibility. And that's what I feel we're moving into for as a collective. It's time for us to stop making excuses for people, to stop pacifying these toxic behaviors and start leaving people alone. Maybe if you actually start leaving people alone, they'll actually get the chance to get themselves to be right, because you were their crutch. And it's time for you to stand on your own. That's really what I'm feeling from this energy. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Like I was saying, it's time to nurture yourself. After this was all a setup. This was to get you to where you need to be. The people, places, and things that's here for you, that's going to treat you how you deserve, but they couldn't come into your life because you was holding on to people who treated you like this. So now do this, you actually get to see the beautifulness of you. Appreciate everything about you. Appreciate who you are, where you're at, even if your life is not where you see it to be or appreciate right now. There's always something you could be grateful for. And over time, you start to get better and better, and then before you know it, your manifestation powers are off the charts, because you are now taking time to finally nurture yourself. And like I always say with the Queen of Pentacles, she reminds me of the Cancer and Capricorn. She nurtures herself like the Cancer, but she has her boundaries and restrictions from people like a Capricorn. She's not going to let herself go down for nobody else. And that's the energy that you guys are stepping into. So let's see why the Temperance is here. We have the Nine of Rods. Ooh. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this balance is going to be a slow process, but it's worth it. When you allow yourself to go through so much, it takes time for you to feel balanced out again. You guys went through a lot, because the Nine of Rods is here. You guys are going to learn a lot from this lesson. And you guys are definitely being like, wow, I got a big wound from that. But you know what? It caused me to be more cautious of who I allow in my life. It caused me to be more cautious of how I treat myself. And that's the beautiful thing about this. This is not a bad reading at all. This is good. It's the wounds that's coming up that needs to be healed. And it comes out through sometimes the loss of friends, relationships, for us to get back to focus on ourselves and attend to our own wounds and change how we move in the world. So Cancers, I hope you guys appreciate this reading, and I'll catch you guys next week.